Dear student, due to coronavirus, school started online classes for your study. So you can subscribe Golden Flower Palia YouTube channel, like and press the bell icon.
Hello students, welcomes you all today in class 10th social science lecture. Today we will discuss about the chapter number 1 from the political science book, power sharing. Children, in this chapter we will just talk about the power. Power is held by the government. Every country has a different type of the community, different type of the social groups to control, to make them to understand there is a need of the power sharing. So in this chapter today we will discuss about the same. So in this chapter we will have the story of about the Belgium and the Sri Lanka. So first of all we will just talk about the Belgium. Might be you heard the name of the country Belgium. Belgium is a very small country in Europe. When we talk about the Belgium is a country that is just, you can say, as a comparison, or this country is situated in the Europe and smaller in area than the state of Haryana. Haryana state, you heard about that, so it is smaller than the Haryana state. It has a borders with France and the Netherlands, Germany and the Luxembourg. So it has a population of a little over 1 crore, about half of the population of Haryana. So 1 crore population is there, that is a half of the Haryana, and the ethnic composition of this small country is very complex. Why? Because the total number of the country, the population of the country is there. So 59 peoples used to talk about the Dutch speaking were there. They used to speak about the, and they used to live, which region? They used to live in the Flemish region. 40% peoples used to speak the French speaking peoples were there, and they used to live in the Wallon. So that is a Wallon is there, that is situated in the Wallonia region is there. And the total, the 1% peoples were there, that peoples used to speak in the German speaking peoples are there. So French, while 20% are the Dutch speaking, and the total peoples were there, those used to live in the capital of that Brussels capital region, they used to almost talk about the 80% peoples were there to speak about the Dutch speaking, or the Dutch speaking peoples were there. So in this way we will just have the French speaking communities during the 1950s and 1960s. Tension between the two countries, that countries had a tension is there more acute in the Brussels, and Brussels presents a special problem because the Dutch speaking peoples constitute a majority in the country, but a minority in the capital is there. So in this chapter we will just have the some same where the language problem is there, community problem is there. So the problem was there, and to sort out that problem is there, because the problem is started through the peoples there, and they just talk about their community, and the language problem is there, and that is why the dispute among the countries is there. To overcome for that, the Belgium leaders took a different path. When the Belgium leaders took a different path, they recognized to extent of the regional differences and cultural diversity. So between 1970s and 1993, they amended their constitution, and 4 times as to work. What is the 4 times constitution to work? That would enable everyone to live together within the same country. So that constitution, there is the amendment is there, that everybody would live together in the same country, and the arrangement is there to work out for everyone is there for the very innovative. So in this, they had a special categorization. They prescribed the constitution, and that constitution they understood prescribed that the number of the Dutch and the French speaking. Dutch and the French speaking peoples were there. They used to speak the same thing, Dutch and the French speaking people. So there will be a no discrimination among these type of the two communities were there. The French speaking ministers just had a discussion that both the countries there. Some special laws required to support these. and members from the linguistic group, they had to be the same, and the single community can make the decisions, that should be a unitary. Same thing is there, the many powers were there, central powers have been given the rights, state power were given the rights, so two rights were there. So Brussels was there in the separate government, and that separate government which has the communities, and that will be a equal representation was there. So the French speaking peoples accepted their equal representations Brussels, because Dutch speaking communities has accepted equal representation into the central government. So in this way, there were the three type of the government was there. The central government was there, the state government was there, and the third government was there, that is somewhere you can say central government, state government, and third government was known as a community government. In that type of the government had a right to talk about their education, their culture, their study, and all type of the basic things. In this way, they just brought a idea that everybody live together, do all types of the work in very together positive manner. So there would be no discrimination, no fights at all. And somewhere you can say the Belgian model is very, you can say, complicated. Why it is very complicated? Because it is a need to very complicated for the people living in the Belgium, these arrangements to work well so far, and they have to avoid the, you can say, civic strifes between the two major communities and linguistic lines. So when the community of the peoples Europe came together, and from the European Union Brussels was chosen its headquarter. And now we will just begin about this. I think might be with these all conflicts, all confusions, you understand the topic of that the topic we had the discussion here about the Belgium. Now we just talk about the Sri Lanka. So Sri Lanka, you know very well, the country is there, and here is we are having again the topic is there, that is we are talking about the two communities, two basic groups were there. Here we are having the first one is there, that is a Sinhala. Sinhala speakers were there, and that Sinhala speakers are totally 74% was there. And the second one we are talking about the Tamil speaker. So Tamil speaker in this country was there. They were just totally, you can say, Tamil speakers totally altogether almost the 18% was there. And when we talk about the Tamil speakers are there, so here is a conflict among the two groups, that is the Sinhala peoples were there and the Tamil groups were there. So here we are having a discussion about the Sri Lanka. In Sri Lanka already I told you the Sinhala speakers were there, they were the 74%, Tamil speakers were there 18%, and the Tamil natives of the country are called Sri Lankan Tamils. They were almost about the 13% is there. So the rest of the whole peoples were there, those used to came through their forefathers from India as plantation workers during the colonial period, are called as Indian Tamils. So in that time period, as you can see on the children, when I can just draw you a map for you here as Sri Lanka, that the peoples were there, that is you can say peoples into the, you can say into the different parts were there. Sinhala communities you can go through by that, and after that you can say Sri Lankan Tamils were there, Indian peoples were there, and the Muslim communities were there. So mostly peoples, those used to be there, the peoples were there in the community were there. The peoples of there, most of the Sinhala speakers were there, they were the Hindus. And after that the rest of the peoples were there, the Tamil speakers were there, they were most of them the Hindus and the Muslims, both were in the same. So the 7% only the peoples were there in that time period, the 7% peoples are there, they were there, you can say Christian peoples were there. So in that the you can, if we can go through by that, the Sri Lankan emerged as an independent in 1948, and the leaders of the Sinhala community sought to the source and the dominance over the government by the virtue, and what they had their virtue, as the virtue is there to dominance government by their majority. and the result was there democratically elected by the government and adopted a series of they were there as a majoritarianism. Majoritarianism is a belief that the majority community should be able to rule over the country in whichever way it wants, that is regarding the wishes and needs of the minority. That is known as a majoritarianism. And in this way, in the 1956, the process to the recognize Sinhala as the official language, and it was disregarding the Tamil, and the government follows the preferential politics flavored by the Sinhala applicants, because they want their all their both the community, both the linguistic groups has a discrimination, because nobody is trusting on each other way, and they were fighting for their own. So what was there? A new constitution was stipulated, and that state should protect for the foster of the Buddhism. Foster of the Buddhism here, already I told you, they were as a Sinhala speakers. Government policies, equal political rights, discriminations against them in the getting the jobs, other opportunities, and ignored their interests. As result the relations there. So as well, you can say the Sinhala leaders was sensitive to their culture and the language. So that is why they felt if they would have in the favor of that, so somewhere they were not safe as such, or there is a insecurity for them. In this way, when the Sinhala peoples were there, Tamil speakers were there, so somewhere they launched their parties, their own struggles for the recognition. Tamil is an official language, and for the regional autonomy, equality, opportunity, and securing of the education jobs. But their demand for more autonomy to that provinces that is popular by the Tamils was repeatedly denied. Tamils were repeatedly denied to all the requirements, all the requests what is there. So from the demanding an independent Tamil Elam is northern eastern part Sri Lanka. So the distrust of between two communities turned into the widespread conflict, and it soon turned into the civil war. So in this way, my dear students, you can say the problem is somewhere between the two countries, Belgium and the Sri Lanka. The problem was the same. But the conflict is here. The way to the sort out the problem, to sort out the solution, how to overcome from them, and how to tackle the peoples over there. So we can say you can say all the ideas to the treatment of the government policies that was the good in the Belgium country, in the Belgium region. Because somewhere they brought all the problems were there also, and problems were here also, but the treatment, what the policies, how they brought to all the community together, and they told them how to live together and they survive into the same country, same nation. But here was the situation totally changed. So this was all about the chapter. This was all about the same, the power sharing. And when, my dear students, you go through by all the explanation, all the notes, you will understand individually both the topics very clearly. So for today, this is. Thank you.
Do self-study at home and stay home, save lives. Thank you very much.